content of this program is to provide nutritional education only. This program is not meant to take the place of your primary care physician. The FDA requires us to door. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here on Daily with Doc. And if you are on YouTube or Rumble or Facebook, welcome. You are also invited to join us here live in the Zoom meeting. If you would like to do so, you can go to dailywithdoczoom.com. And we have our co-hosts that are watching the room to make sure that those that really want to be here for great intention are here, and those who don't are not. So I love the fact that we can create a safe place here for the whole community to be able to focus on information that is empowering, information that allows you to be able to take your health more into your own hands and actually write that journey. We always talk about, writing a story. Well, what story would you write for yourself?
Rebecca,
Is it
record?
What?
Record, please.
Oh, thank you. We're going to do extra records. So I've got one record going. We're going to go ahead and start this other record as well.
Recording in progress.
All right. Thank you so much, Ruth Ellen. See, it takes a community to do things right. So I am so thankful for my community and the people that I have been able to surround myself with because of this great opportunity to share empowering information. And this is information that has decades and decades of not just research, but application as well. Application and taking that research and applying it to life. And, it's funny because there's those movements of not having any animal testing. Well, if an animal didn't pass away or die or have a sickness, and then somebody with an incredible mind be able to look at that animal, that being, that creation, and figure out, okay, what's missing that's causing this animal to be in the situation that it is in or was in before it found its demise. Well, we have with us each and every weekday a man who has that mind, who is able to be laser focused on what was going on in the specimen, in the environment, and all of the different factors that go into health, whether it's poor health or making those corrections to create good health. And I am so honored. Oh, my name is Becca Dukes. So I didn't say that in the beginning. And you were watching Daily with Doc. And I am so very honored to bring to you somebody who has made such a positive impact in my life, in my health, before I even physically met the man. I heard him on the radio. I had tried everything. I didn't look forward to getting old because I hurt so bad, and the medical community wasn't helping. I was just getting worse and worse. So without further ado, I just want to introduce to you a man who is a naturopathic physician, and on his path to become a naturopathic physician, he got 3 postdoctorates in pathology. He was a doctor of veterinary medicine, has a Bachelor of Science in agriculture, and looking at soils and plants. So I think he is the perfect person to be delivering a message of what we can do in our own lives to create that better health journey. Dr. Joel Wallach, welcome to Daily with Doc.
Well, thank you so much, Rebecca, and thank you, team, for everybody being here. We have lots of people to help out there, a lot of things that need to be done. And today, we want to talk about exercise without supplementation is suicide, okay? It's one of my great CDs, Exercise Without Supplementation, Suicide. And let's just look at some gross things here, gross for a variety of reasons. When people sweat, regardless of why you're sweating, if you're working in a big steel mill factory with all the, the big boilers and broilers and heaters and everything like that, and melting steel, let's see here, you're going to sweat anywhere from 5 to 7 liters of sweat, okay, per day. If you're, let's see here, exercising twice a day, you'll be sweating 9 to 12 liters of sweat per day. Now, sweat is not just water. The purpose of sweat is to keep the body cooled into functioning temperatures, and it helps you keep your body temperature in functioning areas. When you sweat, you're sweating out a soup that contains vitamins and minerals, amino acids, and all kinds of stuff like that, not just water. If you don't believe me, just next time you sweat, just lick your wrist or your arm or something like that. Most people can't reach down and lick their bellies. So you can reach, just lick your arm and your wrist, and you'll feel, or you'll taste all that salt. Okay, we're talking about the average person who exercises every day. Their life and don't supplement. People who exercise every day and don't supplement, their average life expectancy is 56.7. Even billionaires who exercise daily but don't supplement because they think, well, I'm spending $200 twice a week for a meal in a restaurant, so that's bound to have something in it. Okay, I don't need to supplement, and so they don't supplement. And the billionaires who don't supplement, even if they're exercising, their life expectancy is something like 66.3. Not very good. So what's going on here? Well, when you're sweating, again, your sweat is full of salt, is full of trace minerals. We're talking about copper and zinc and selenium and so forth. And I double checked that again today. It's not just my imagination. And so sweat is a soup. It contains all the mineral nutrients that are in suspension, in solution, going around your body, being pumped by the heart. And this is why people say, well, why are these young athletes dying of heart attacks? Why are these young athletes getting type 2 diabetes? Why are these young athletes getting stroke? Why are these young athletes dying of ruptured aneurysms? Well, that's because these are caused by nutritional deficiencies, which was caused by exercising without supplementation. And it's one of those things where I learned that at a very early age. I learned that when I was 9. And when you look at around the world, who lives the longest, it's the people who get the most minerals. Okay, you look at the Hunzas up in the Himalayan mountains, and we have the Himalayan salt. Okay, it's in stock again now. Our Himalayan salt, it has sodium chloride salt, but it also has I don't know, 30, 40, 50 minerals, okay, that most people don't get. All right, and it's because these people, their life expectancy is 120. Our life expectancy in America, all right, is in the 70s, 73 to 75, depending on whose numbers you look at. We don't do very well. We're supposed to have the best healthcare system in the world, yet we don't. We sort of in the bottom 40 to 50 of the industrialized world when it comes to longevity and health. Why does Australia life expectancy 82.9? Ours is 73 to 75. Why is New Zealand 82.3? Why is Japan 84.7? Why is Canada 84? Okay. Why is Italy at 83? Why is Spain at 82? And so it's just all these different countries, okay, and cultures do much better than we do when it comes to health and longevity. Why is that? Well, it's not a medical care thing. It's a nutritional deficiency thing. And sweating contributes to nutritional deficiencies because sweat is not just water, and rehydrating by drinking lots of water, even expensive water, okay, after you exercise is not going to add many healthful years to your life, okay? And so this is one of those things where this has been a passion of mine for a long time because I was involved with my personal issues. And I was very, very sick and had all kinds of mental and emotional and physical problems when I was 9 years old, and they're going to put me in a institution, they called it, but it was really just a hospital. It was really just it was a jail, essentially, because I couldn't go anywhere. Once they put me in there, I was in there, couldn't go out. All my visitors had to be screened and all this kind of stuff. And this is one of that kind of thing, because they were trying to figure out why that I was such a mess. And I figured it out when I was 9, just by eating animal alfalfa pellets that have been supplemented with vitamins and minerals. And in 2.5 days, all my symptoms went away. I cured myself by just eating those alfalfa pellets, okay, that had been supplemented with vitamins and minerals. Made a huge difference, obviously. Well, I didn't say anything to anybody. I just went about myself, and they examined me on my way there, and I didn't need to go to that hospital. And churches and schools, they're all pointing to me and whispering, because I was a totally different person in 2.5 days. And that's because I was getting the nutrition so that my nerves would work properly and my brain would work properly and so on. So this is not something that's mysterious. This is a repeatable, what should I say, science. This is a science. And so this is why we have the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. It has 215 nutrients in it, including the 90, which is the core, 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 minerals, and 3 fatty acids. And then, of course, we have what we call the secret sauces for like 600 different health problems. Some of the secret sauces will take care of 5 or 6 different problems, kind of like, let's see here, we have the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack, which is really essentially was our first healthy start pack, which had the 90 essential nutrients in it. And then Theo Ratliff came to us with his problem. So we added the glucogel, which is a collagen that comes from beef cartilage. And we actually rebuilt him, and he came back, okay, from really being a mess and losing his spot with the Atlanta Hawks, a $30 million contract. We rebuilt him. He came back and he played for 11 more years, made over $100 million just by taking all these nutrients. So we have a lot of experience at this. And so exercise without supplementation is suicide. We have the CD. It's a part of a 3 CD set. Dead athletes don't lie, because a lot of times these athletes, they don't live long enough to have lots of serious joint and back and muscle problems. They just die suddenly of a hypertrophic cardiomyopathy heart attack. And a hypertrophic cardiomyopathy heart attack, thank you. Hypertrophic cardiomyopathy heart attack is one of those things which causes a sudden death in young athletes. And even, like seniors who are exercising without supplementation. Now, I'm very proud to say my book, Hell's Kitchen, actually discovered the reason for that. Hell's Kitchen is a place in New York City where everything goes wrong. Thank you, Becca. Okay, where everything goes wrong in New York City. And so they called it Hell's Kitchen because it was a bad place. Well, when you're not getting all the nutrients you need, your behavior is bad, your health is bad. And so I realized that there's a reason why suddenly now we're getting all these problems that they didn't have 100 years ago, 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago. Well, that's because in the old days, the fuel was wood and coal, and we put the wood ashes and coal ashes, which are 98% minerals and 2 or 3% carbon, into the gardens for fertilizer, and the vegetables and fruit and berries and things would suck up the minerals, okay, out of those ashes, and we'd eat those fruits and vegetables and get those minerals that way, okay. And once we went to electricity, there were no more ashes. Everybody thought that was a great thing. Then we had the hydroelectric dams. They dammed up the rivers, no more bottomland, no more revitalization of the soil every year during the floods, because the dams stopped the flooding, no more silt going into the soil. And so even the bottomland, which was the most fertile land everywhere in the world, once we put up the hydroelectric dams to stop the flooding and be able to make electricity, okay, from hydroelectric, well, guess what? Suddenly now, everything got worse. This is not difficult, okay? And we have proven this and proven this and proven this. And so this is why we do what we do, to get this information out there. And you pay wholesale prices to become one of our registered customers. You get on the auto ship, I will pay the shipping. I personally do not get paid by Youngevity as an employee of Youngevity. Okay, it's one of those things. I set it up that way. I started Youngevity. Okay, but I set it up so people wouldn't say, well, yeah, you're pumping all those vitamins and minerals, Wallach, because you get paid. No. Okay, I have to make my living just like everybody else. Okay, I have my books, which I sell. I do sell products. Okay, but I have to buy the product and then sell the product. Okay, I'm not being paid by Youngevity based on the amount of product I sell. Okay, it's one of those things where it's just crazy. Okay, and so I set it up that way so nobody can say, well, yeah, you're pushing all those vitamins, minerals, Wallach, because that's how you make your living. Well, just don't forget the 3 CD set, Dead Athletes Don't Lie, Exercise, Supplementation, and Suicide, and What Kills Billionaire. Those 3 CDs are in a set, okay, which we call, okay, there's a new bull in town. You can figure that one out yourself. There's a new bull in town, okay? And so this information on here can add 25 to 50 healthy years of your life. It'll certainly eliminate an enormous amount of unnecessary misery and save you an enormous amount of savings when it comes to money. Get this 3 CD set, get the book Hell's Kitchen, get on the 90 essential nutrients, better yet the 215 nutrients, and you will be blessed. Okay, that's the God thing. Okay, so with all that said, Rebecca, do you have any questions for me?
We have lots of questions for you, Dr. Wallach. And the first one today, and let me just say this, folks, this program is for educational information only. It is not meant to take the place of your primary care physician, and our products do not treat, diagnose, or cure any diseases. The FDA requires us to let you know this. But Dr. Wallach has sued the FDA more than 9 times, but has 9 victories. And those victories have allowed us to be able to present this information to you as factual and things that have been proven to make a difference, Dr. Wallach, positive impacts.
Let me interrupt there. Let me interrupt there because at that point, you don't hear anything about sudden death syndrome anymore, SIDS. Doctors said it was caused by mothers laying on the babies and suffocating. Well, one of my, well, not one, but all those lawsuits was allowed us to, we won every one of them, it allowed us to put these nutrients into baby formulas, and it stopped all these sudden deaths in these babies that the doctors were blaming on the mothers laying on them and suffocating them. Okay. And so we're very, very proud of that.
No, absolutely, Dr. Wallach. And it's because of that, many, many, many years later, that you received in 2011 the Klaus Schwartz Award.
That's correct. Very proud of that. Very proud of that. In 2015, I got the Lifetime Achievement Award from the United Nations. Boy, talk about that. I'm just a dumb farm boy from Missouri. I'm so proud that we were able to contribute so much to the benefit of humanity, and it was recognized, okay, by large organizations, including the Organization of World Governments, okay, that suddenly now we had answers for these things that doctors were just pointing to silly things like mothers laying on the babies and suffocating their babies and that kind of stuff.
Well, I just want to speak to all the moms and dads out there that have kiddos that are struggling with being able to behave and focus and have all of these things going on. When you give that young soul the nutrients that they need in order to thrive, they can do great things. And Dr. Wallach is just proof of that. So that gives me hope. And I hope that gives others hope as well, Dr. Wallach, because you figured it out, and now we're sharing what you figured out with the world, and there's going to be no more excuses. So folks, if you're hearing this message, you're hearing this message for a reason, for a purpose. We have the live stream on YouTube. We have it on Rumble. We have it on Facebook. Go to those outlets and share this information, share this video with somebody that you know that may be dealing with something that we are discussing in today's program. We also have almost 3 years now, Dr. Wallach, of recordings on criticalhealthnews.com and also dailywithdoc.com, sharing your message and the message of pharmacist Ben Fuchs that supports your message and giving us those nuggets that we can use within our lives on our own without having to get permission from anybody else, because we are empowered individuals, Dr. Wallach.
Absolutely, absolutely. And of course, we came up again with our great rebound, our sports drink with 100 nutrients in it. 100 nutrients in one drink. Okay, we're talking 75 minerals and 25 vitamins, amino acids, and it comes in sticks. It comes in a can. It comes in a can. Comes in a canister and powder, and all these things. And so, there's no reason people have economic access to this stuff. We're not charging them $1,000 a treatment. Okay, we're talking pennies a day to add 25 to 50 healthy years to your life. I mean, come on.
Well, when you're talking about, hundreds of dollars that are spent on treatments, I know people that are going through IV therapies where they're getting a boost of B vitamins and glutathione, and it's that one-time thing. Dr. Wallach, I know we didn't discuss this prior, but when you do a one-time injection into the body and then compare it to putting those nutrients into the body each and every day, for me, you get better results. And I can only say this because I did it. And I did not get the results that I received when I got on the nutrition. It's an everyday thing, folks. It's not a one-shot deal. Think that you're going to be all good and dandy, because it doesn't work that way. But you put the body where it needs to be with the nutrients that it can absorb and utilize, and you're writing a whole new story for yourself.
Yeah, this is well said. Let me interrupt here. And again, if you're going to exercise, remember, exercise without supplementation suicide. You can't just take the supplements once a day. If you're exercising heavy, or you're working in a steel mill, okay, where you're sweating from the heat and the exercise, you better be taking these nutrients twice a day. Okay. And if you're 300 pounds, you better be taking it 3 times a day. Okay, because there's a weight, function, environment, all these things are impacting how much of the nutrients you're going to get use out of, how many you're going to retain, how many you're going to sweat out, how many you're going to pee out, and all this kind of stuff. And so it's just like your car. You check your oil every time you go in and fill up your car with gas. Okay. Do you wait until there's no more oil left in your car before you put 6 quarts of oil back in it? No, if you're down a half a quart, you're gonna put that oil in there. Okay. Same way with your transmission fluid, same with your brake fluid. You got to treat yourself as well as you treat your car.
You got to treat yourself better than you treat your car, Dr. Wallach.
I don't know. Some people treat their car pretty well. They only take a shower once a week, but they give their car a bath every day.
Oh, goodness. Well, Dr. Wallach, we have people with their hands up. We've got questions on YouTube and in the chat and in email. So let's go ahead and go to the first hand that is up. And we have somebody that is joining us from a Samsung phone. Go ahead and unmute yourself if you would, please. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
We've got a lot of feedback, so I don't know if you have this also playing on another device.
I turned it off. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, and my weight is 122. My age is 32. My height is 5'9". Was there something else that you guys were asking for?
Yeah, you have a problem?
Yeah, so I talked to you on December 8th, if you remember.
No.
It was with insomnia.
Insomnia?
Yeah, but it kind of like it's really also anxiety and panic attacks now for specific reasons. Like To really summarize it fast, like in August I got insomnia because of ADHD stimulants I took, so I kicked it off and I got that under control. I even stopped taking that since October. But then since that didn't work out, I tried like hypnosis for ADHD, and that basically like broke my nervous system. I'm not sure why. And then after that, I started getting panic attacks, and
Okay.
still insomnia is like really bad.
Okay, well, when you have ADHD, this is a biochemical deficiency problem, okay? When you have emotional problems, anxiety, memory problems, all these sorts of things, anger, rage, these are all nutritional deficiency problems. And at 122 pounds, let's see here, you need to be getting rid of all the bad stuff. No fried foods. I mean, no fried foods, and no air frying, pan frying, deep frying, no fried foods, no sugar of any kind, no honey, no molasses, no sugar. Then absolutely no oils, no cooking oils, no salad dressings. I like to use lemon wedges and lemon drops on my salads, or maybe even yogurt. With salads that require creamy dressings, I use yogurt. And then absolutely no gluten, no wheat, no rye oats. That means no wheat, no rye oats in any way, shape, or form. There are no such things as gluten-free oats, because they will destroy your intestinal lining, so you cannot efficiently absorb nutrition. You can take all the nutrition you want, but if you're eating gluten, you're not going to get any benefit, okay? So it seems to me like you're cheating somewhere and you're getting gluten. You're eating gluten, you're eating wheat, rye oats, oatmeal.
Right.
Don't do it, okay? Then you also have to stay away from buckwheat. Buckwheat doesn't have gluten in it, but it does have phagopyrines, F-A-G-O pyrines, which is worse than gluten in destroying your intestines. And then no carbonated drinks. This includes diet drinks, okay, and also carbonated water, because carbonation neutralizes your stomach acid, and your stomach acid is made from hydrochloric acid. Okay, you need to be salting your food with for taste. We have two great salt sources. One is seasoned salt. It has like, I don't know, 28 different minerals in it, including the sodium chloride. That's from Australia and New Zealand. We have the Himalayan salt, again, which has the sodium chloride salt, and also about the same, I don't know, 28, 30 different minerals in there from the Himalayan mountains. And I use them both, okay? So my stomach works good. I can digest a steel bar, okay? And so you need to eat 3 eggs twice a day, because your brain is 25% cholesterol and your spinal cord is 25% cholesterol. No cholesterol lowering drugs, no statin drugs, no, okay? And then I also want you to take, in addition to 3 eggs twice a day at noontime, I want you to take 2 servings of our I-26. Okay, it comes in powder, it comes in capsules, and it comes in vanilla flavored chewables, little disc. Okay, I take 2 of those chewables at lunchtime. Okay, and in addition to my 3 eggs twice a day. And if you do all that, your problems will go away. We deal with thousands of kids and people of all ages that have all your problems. But you got to be the one in control here. The doctors just can't give you an injection of something and make all that stuff go away. It requires nutrition for your brain to work, your spinal cord to work, okay, biochemically and mechanically, okay? So give us a call every couple of weeks, get on the program, and give us a give us a report every couple of weeks, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. You should recover very quickly, okay? You should recover very quickly, because this is all just a biochemical thing, not genetic, not autoimmune. It's easily prevented, easily fixed. So get on it, and we're looking forward to hearing from you.
Doc, does that mix well with the prescription that they gave me, a prazolam, 0.25 milligrams?
Okay, now see, your doctor is giving you a prescription that covers the symptoms, doesn't get to the root cause of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you're so dangerous, you're going to kill yourself, well, then you might want to take that medication to treat the symptoms, but you still got to get rid of the problem by getting the nutrition, and you got to get rid of the bad foods so you can absorb the nutrition, so you don't need to take that medication.
No, that was for anxiety. I mean, there's nothing like suicide or killing myself. It's just insomnia and anxiety.
Okay, well, I've said it now 3 times.
Sure.
The medication only resolves symptoms, does not get down to the basic root cause. Now, you want to be on medication for the rest of your life, just don't change anything. The doctors will be happy to keep giving you prescriptions and billing your insurance company. Okay. All right, Rebecca, what's next?
All Great,
you.
thank you so much. Great questions. There's a lot of people, Dr. Wallach, that have anxiety and insomnia.
Well,
And
yeah.
nutritional deficiencies and eating the wrong foods really do play into that. So it's something to seriously consider. Dr. Wallach, let's go to a question from email here. And James says, I have chronic pain from nerve damage in both legs. He potties all night long, a lot at night, he says. There's lots of pain. He was a stuntman, and so he's experienced a lot of car crashes and falls. He has COPD, he has liver damage, and he wants to know what you would recommend for him because he doesn't want to take all the pain medications or the medications that they give him.
Okay.
And he also has high blood pressure.
Did he give us a weight?
Oh, it's 186 pounds at 5'11".
Okay, so he's definitely got well, high blood pressure, COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. He's getting up when he says potty. I'm assuming he's urinating several times a night. He's got osteoporosis of the skull, squeezing the spinal cord. Okay, causing the spinal cord to tell the urinary bladder to urinate. That's why that's happening. COPD, also, the 10th cranial nerve could be squeezed, causing that to happen. Okay. High blood pressure, very simple. A nutritional deficiency. Let's see here. And then, of course, he needs the minerals for all the stuff going on in his knees and his hips and his legs and so on. So here we go. None of the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, bar, rye, oats, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. I want him to have 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month. 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month. That's 215 nutrients, which includes the 90 essential nutrients in each one of those packs. A full dose of everything twice a day. I want him also to have 2 bottles a month of the MSM, so he can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner time. And that's going to give him what he needs to support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone mix, bone itself, including the skull. Then he needs the collagen peptides, which is collagen. Let's see here. We're talking about cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue from fish, poultry, sheep, and beef. Scoop of that with his morning drink, scoop of that with his evening drink. I do want him to have 2 servings a day or a rebound or a sports drink. He can either have, 2 of these a day, 1 at breakfast, 1 at dinner time. The sticks, we have these. Okay, we have the canister of rebound. There's 36 servings in here. He could have a scoop of that with a morning drink, scoop of the evening drink. And then we have the cans, if he prefers the cans, 12-ounce cans. There's 12 cans in a case, but the cans do have carbonation, so you do have to pop the tops on them at night. I put 2 of them in the refrigerator at night, and so they'll off gas and at night, and they'll be flat in the morning. All the bubbly's gone, so I can have 1 with breakfast, 1 say between noon and 2. I don't want to take it too late in the afternoon, so I'll be up all night. And then let's see here. We do have also Oxybody. You could take 1 ounce of that at breakfast, 1 ounce of that at dinner. They're 2 quarts a month. And the liver, okay, will be taken care of, okay, by the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. We could call it the Healthy Brain, Heart, Liver, Kidney, Muscle, and Bone Pack, but that would be too clumsy. So, okay. So this would cover the thing. And we do want James to call us every couple of weeks. He could call us earlier if he wants to, but don't wait longer than 2 weeks because his story is a common story. And we want him to be able to share his story. Don't forget our salt, so you make stomach acid. Okay. And when you're sweating from exercising, you're sweating out your salt, which screws up your digestive system. Okay. So don't forget the seasoned salt from Australia and the Himalayan salt from Himalayan mountains. Okay, from Hunza. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Dr. Wallach. I'll make sure that James gets that information. And we have Ruth Ellen with her hand up. I believe she has a question that's being asked out on YouTube, possibly.
I do have a question from YouTube, but I also have Stephanie who called earlier, and I promised that if she couldn't raise her hand, I would raise my hand for her. So Stephanie, would you like to unmute so you can ask Dr. Wallach your question?
Hello,
Hello,
Hi.
Stephanie.
Miss
How
Ruth,
can we
can you
help
hear
you?
me?
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, it's such an honor to
Oh,
be
you're
able to
very
talk to
sweet.
Dr. Wallach. Thank you so much
How can we help you?
for all that you do.
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
am a dialysis patient, and I am have been on dialysis for 2 years, and I have been on the vitamins and minerals for at least 6 months now. My blood work is perfect, and I don't do the full prescription that they tell me to do. I'm on peritoneal dialysis, which they asked me to do 9 hours every night and keep so much fluid in me during the day. But what I have done is I take weekends off and I don't keep the fluid in me during the day. And I'm doing fine. But I just don't know. I urinate a lot. And they do tests on me monthly, blood work and urine tests. But I don't know what I'm supposed to be asking
Okay.
as far as what my kidney function is.
Okay, well, stop
They're
there.
not telling
Stop
me.
there. Stop there for a minute. Okay, you say you're on dialysis. How many times a week are you getting dialysis? 3, 6?
I'm supposed, my prescription is for 9 hours every night, plus keeping fluid inside of me during the day. However, I'm not doing that. I am taking Friday and Saturday night off,
Okay,
and I
so
don't.
you're doing home dialysis as opposed to going to a clinic and sitting for 3 hours to do.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. How much do you weigh?
134.
Do you have any other issues? Any high blood pressure, diabetes?
No diabetes, no heart problems. The only thing, I have a little trouble sleeping, and they were giving me trazodone, but I found it was making me foggy, so I quit taking it. And now I sleep a little, but not that much. But I am taking the vitamins and minerals, so I'm hoping that it'll get better.
Okay. Okay, well, let's stop there. All right, and you weigh 134 pounds. I want you to, again, this is for our other listeners as well. I want you to get rid of all the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, no butter, oats, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. All that's got to go. And then I want you at 134 pounds to have one healthy brain and heart pack a month, a half a dose of everything at breakfast, half a dose during the dinner time. I want you to take 1 bottle a month of our MSM, so you can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at dinner time. They will support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between a vertebrae, bone itself. Then I also want you to have the collagen peptides. Take a scoop of that at morning drink, scoop of that in evening drink. I also want you to have our rebound, our sports drink, and at your body weight, you could take, I weigh 142 and I take 2 doses a day of the rebound. But we have the sticks, which I showed you. This is, has 100 nutrients.
Yes, sir.
You could take one at breakfast, one at noontime. And then we do have the canister of the powder. We do have the cans. If you're going to use the cans, you got to pop them and let the gas go out at night in the refrigerator so they're flat in the morning, but no bubbly. Okay. And then for the sleep, we do have sleepies. You can go ahead and take a dose of sleepies 15 minutes before bedtime. And we do have, I think we still have our decaffeinated coffee back in stock. You can check that out. A decaffeinated coffee. Okay. And you do want to stay away from caffeine. You want to stay away from caffeine. Okay.
I usually drink 2 cups in the morning.
Okay. Yeah.
That's about it.
Okay. Yeah, we have a great coffee. And of course, our coffee, we actually use our Bloomin' Minerals, our fertilizer with all these different nutrients in it, 75 minerals for our coffee. Okay. And so you might try, if you're not using our coffee, you might try our coffee because it does have the minerals in it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so give it a shot. And then call us every couple of weeks. Let us know what's going on because your story is not unusual. And so people are going to want to hear your story. Okay. Oh, one other thing.
Yes, sir. Is there anything?
Okay, one other thing. For the dialysis, I'm looking at my small print here. Because of the dialysis, I do want you to take 3 of our Ultimate Daily Classic tablets twice a day. It'll be 2 bottles a month. Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Take 3 at breakfast, 3 at dinner time. And they're designed to support and promote healthy blood pressure, healthy blood flow through blocked arteries, and also help support healthy function of the kidney when it comes to filtering urine and all that kind of stuff. And so the whole idea here is to wean you off of dialysis by actual laboratory tests. You know, you go to the doctor, say, you know, do our program for, say, 60 days, 2 months, and then you go and say, hey, I want to check and see, do I really still need to be doing dialysis? Okay.
They're not going to tell me no, though.
Go to the university, go to a medical school at the university and ask them if you really need to keep doing dialysis. Let somebody else do it, not them.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I need to order all this stuff, so I'll need to call the number, I guess,
Yep.
that you suggested.
Yeah, they'll let's see here. Rebecca, Ruth Ellen?
So
Mhm.
Stephanie, what you'll do is you'll get back with the person that's been helping you with your previous
Okay.
order. Already
Oh,
started on products. So, and Dr. Wallach, one thing I picked up on is she's urinating a lot. Her lab works, she said, are perfect. Yet they still have her on dialysis 5 days a week,
Mhm.
which I know the peritoneal, I can never say it right. They want the
Neil.
peritoneal. Thank you, Stephanie. All day, all the time. Are there specific things, Dr. Wallach, that you can recall that are tests that tell whether or not the kidneys are working now?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, one clue is she's urinating.
And see, well, she could have osteoporosis of the skull, squeezing that spinal cord, and the spinal cord is telling the urinary bladder to urinate.
I
Okay.
do have osteoporosis,
You know, there
and
you
I'm
go.
up
If you
for
have
a bone
osteoporosis,
density test.
okay, if you have osteoporosis in any bone in your body, you got it in your skull as well. Okay, it's squeezing the spinal cord, and that's what's causing you to urinate so much.
Oh,
So for our audience, Dr. Wallach, what are signs to look for that tell you that your kidneys are not functioning?
Well, you're not urinating. That's one. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Another one. You want to. You can actually go to a pharmacy without a prescription, get, you know, urine test strips and check your own urine and see if there's sugar in there, if there's blood in there, anything like that. But it wouldn't, you know, hurt. I'm sure these doctors have all, just ask, you know, ask for a copy of the results of all your last tests with them, because you want to see, you know, how your kidneys are doing, right? You want to see if you can cut your dialysis from 3 days a week to 1 day a week, or from 6 days a week to 3 days a week. You want to cut your dialysis, okay? And if they say, oh no, you got to have, okay, well then just excuse yourself, and then you go see another doctor. I go to the university, the closest university, that they have less, what should I say, hanky panky going on.
So they're more education driven instead of dollar driven,
There
even
you
though
go.
the education is being paid for and supplied by the dollar.
There you go.
It's a spider web, Dr. Wallach. It really is. Well, Annette out on YouTube, she says, what about correcting gout? And she is a horse breeder of 40 years. So she's familiar with the way animals function and the importance of being able to figure out what they need without them telling you.
Do we know how much she weighs? Did she give you any of that information?
Let's do gout in general, Dr. Wallach. It's an arthritis.
Okay, let's go by 100 pounds of body weight. Okay. So
Yes, please.
okay, gout. None of the bad stuff. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, no brown rye, oats, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks of any kind. And then I wanted her to have, let's see here, per 100 pounds of body weight, I wanted her to have, let's start out with something really simple with the Healthy Start Pack. Okay, because that'll be very simple. Take a half a dose twice a day per 100 pounds of body weight. Okay, and then she can take our CM cream topically on any joint that's painful. Okay, the CM cream, apply that to the joint that's painful or joints that are painful, and that will give you a couple hours of relief of the discomfort. And let's see here. Then I would say like once a month, it wouldn't hurt to get a blood test and see what's going on with the gout. Okay, and then give us a call back. But start.
what would you be looking for in that blood test, Dr. Wallach, when it comes to gout?
Okay, well, there's all these various, let's see here. These.
Would it be a uric acid?
Huh?
Levels, uric acid levels?
Yeah, well, that's a good place to start. Yep.
Okay.
But it's the acid proteins, okay, in certain foods, okay? And so she's been told if she has gout, she's been told what foods to avoid and all that kind of stuff. Just go to Siri and Siri will tell you for nothing. Oh, no.
Well, I know from
Yes.
past and listening to you, Dr. Wallach, that
uric
there are
acid,
some
yeah.
people and experience also
Yeah,
that,
uric acid.
well, no, I was going, some people, you mentioned foods and it can be triggered by foods. One of them being shellfish. And there's also actually a healthy body start pack that is shellfish free for those who have that sensitivity.
Well, there you go.
So I love having solutions, Dr. Wallach, that we don't leave anybody out in
Okay,
order
well, thank
to
you
help
so
them
much.
get the nutrition.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's go to the next hand up. We have only a few minutes. So Carmen, go ahead and
That sounds awful familiar.
Carmen, do you
Yes,
have
this is,
a question for Dr.
yes,
Wallach?
yes, this lady downstairs, her eye is trying to turn her phone off.
Yeah, you got
Her eye is messed up. She woke up and she couldn't see out of one of her eyes, and she went to the eye doctor, and he told her that it was oh, I forgot. Hold, let me see.
conjunctivitis.
No. Jocelyn, what did the doctor tell you?
That I have broken blood vessels inside my eyes, not on the outside, but the way that they're breaking is blinding me, and they said that it would only come from a health problem.
Did you catch that?
You have to pass that
How
message.
tall are
All I
you?
heard was mumbled noise in the background.
She has broken blood vessels in her eyes,
Like not outside, but inside.
inside her eye itself,
Yeah.
not on the
Okay,
outside.
this can be caused.
it's blinding.
This can be. We only got minutes here. This can be caused by osteoporosis to the skull, squeezing the optic nerve and the optic artery and the optic vein. Okay, causing that problem. Could be high blood pressure. Could be a deficiency of certain nutrients and some of these blood vessels in the eye because a little increase in pressure are rupturing. All kinds of possibilities there. So she needs to get rid of all the bad foods. Per 100 pounds of body weight, she needs one healthy brain and heart pack per month. If she only weighs 100 pounds, it'd be half a dose twice a day. If she weighs 150 pounds, it'd be 2 full doses a day of the healthy brain and heart pack. She needs the Occutiv. I want her to take 3 Occutiv capsules twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month. I want her also to have the Vision FX. I also want her to have the Ultimate Daily Classic. I want her to take 3 of those twice a day. That's going to help her maintain proper blood pressure and healthy blood flow through all the various blood vessels. Give us a call every couple of weeks. Give us a call anytime you go back to the doctor and get some kind of feedback, and we'll do what we can to help you support maintenance repair of your eyes and blood vessels everywhere, not just your eyes. If it's just in the eyes, that means that the skull is squeezing those arteries and veins. If you have that in your eye, but it's everywhere, including your heart and your kidneys and so forth. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Dr. Wallach. And do you have time for one more?
We have time for one more quick one.
All right, Paul, go ahead and unmute yourself. You are on live with Dr. Wallach.
Oh, hi again, Dr. Wallach. I just wanted to make a quick update going on with a couple of my coworkers, Johnny and Cheyenne.
We only have moments.
I know you have to. Johnny, he's been really eating a lot of well, he has like some. I told him not to eat any gluten. He's been starting to eat more cauliflower pizza and rice pizza, but he's been having some stomach ache issues.
Okay, well, he needs the 90 essential nutrients. He needs to stay away from the bad foods. If he's having stomach issues, he needs to get our ultimate enzymes. Take you know, 2 or 3 of the ultimate, depending on his body weight, a couple of those ultimate enzymes, say 5 or 10 minutes for each meal. They help him digest food. Don't forget the salt, our seasoned salt from Australia, and our Himalayan salt from the Himalayan mountains. That's going to help him with digestion. Okay, which will get rid of that stomach pain and gas and all that kind of stuff. Okay, we got time for one more quickie here.
All right, another quickie. Cheyenne, she's been taking most of your products. She's okay, but you know, she's been feeling a lot of lightheadedness after work.
Okay, lightheadedness after work. This could be hypoglycemia, low blood sugar.
More
Okay.
than likely.
Okay, then she needs to be taking, again, all the 90 essential nutrients, the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. She needs to be taking the, let's see here, I'd have her take the sweeties. She could take 3 of those twice a day if she weighs 150 pounds. If she only weighs 100 pounds, she could take 2 of the sweeties twice a day. And then I want her to make sure that she does have some protein at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. She can't just eat cookies and crackers and things that are made out of carbohydrates, because that's going to contribute to all this. Okay, she can't skip meals. She's got to, she can have mixed nuts, no peanuts, but she can have, you know, walnuts and cashews and that kind of stuff, because the nuts, they have a lot of healthy fats in them, which will help her extend her healthy calories. We also have a chocolate. We have a wonderful chocolate, which is very healthy. Triple chocolate is called. And she could have, you know, in the middle of the afternoon, like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, have a couple of our little squares of triple chocolate. She could have a couple more just before end of the day, and that way it'll keep her blood sugar up there where she's not going to have low blood sugar. Okay.
All righty. Thank you so much, Doc. And I know
thank you,
that
sir.
got to go, but hopefully I'll talk to you again real soon.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Paul. Well, Dr. Wallach, we are coming to the end of the program. I just want to thank you again so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule and joining us Monday through Friday from 12 to 12:50-ish here on Daily with Doc. So if you're joining us and you had your hand up and you had a question in the chat, please go to dailywithdoc.com and use that contact us and send us a message with your question, and we will have one of our certified holistic health coaches get back with you with an answer that would be coming from Dr. Wallach. This is using protocols that he has used in the past and sharing them with you. If it's something that's unique, that we feel that there's more to it, where it requires getting with Dr. Wallach, we will definitely arrange that as well, because we want to make sure that you're getting the information that you deserve as an individual, especially when you are reaching out and seeking options. If I could just get my co-hosts up here with me. My name is Becca Dukes, and I could not do this program without a team, without the support of other individuals and bringing their talents to the table, where we all work together to provide a program like this to you. If you were shared this program, or somebody shared this program with you, make sure that you get back with them. They cared enough to take the time to share this program to help you get information that can be empowering, something that you can do on your own and take control of your health and create a better health journey. Today, on behalf of Daily with Doc, I just want to thank my co-hosts Phyllis Anderson, Sherry Browning, Marilyn Pazera Spear, Farhan Nasir, and Ruth Ellen Sanchez. Folks, we have hearts for people, and I know that we're not alone. If you have a heart for people as well, and you want more information about how you too can use that heart to help empower others to create a healthier communities, then again, get back with the person that shared this program with you, or you can get more information by going to coachwithbecca.com and we'll match you up with somebody in your local area. Until next time. Oh, also we have a call team, 855-949-3377. So if you'd like to call and speak with a certified holistic health coach, please use that number. And this is for people that have never spoken to anybody about Dr. Wallach, about longevity. 855-949-3377. Bye for now.
Recording